I can go ahead and kick things off. So my name is Chris Sang. I'm the lead success coach here for MSMU Online. We're very pleased and excited to have Kendra Merrill with us today. Kendra is from Smarthinking, which is our online tutoring service, and Kendra is going to be showing us some functionality and discussing how it all works. So if you would, please mute your mics if you haven't at this time. We'll be taking questions at the end, and with that, Kendra, take it away.
All right, thank you very much. Hi, everyone. As Chris said, my name is Kendra Merrill. I'm here with Smarthinking. Just a picture of me so you can see who's talking to you on the other side of that microphone. But today, here's what I have planned to go over with everyone. If you haven't seen or used Smarthinking before, I'm going to talk about what Smarthinking is and how it works. I'm also going to show you how you access Smarthinking, and we're going to spend the majority of our time actually doing a live site demo. So as I walk through the site, I'll pause periodically just to see if there are any questions at different points throughout my presentation. And then we'll also show you some sample sessions so you have an idea of what some sample student sessions look like, and we'll wrap up with questions at the end. So if you haven't seen Smarthinking before, this is the Smarthinking homepage, and when I log in here in just a moment, you're going to see this is the general student view. Yours is going to look slightly different, but in general, Smarthinking is Pearson's online tutoring support. It's provided to you as students at Mount St. Mary's University at no charge, and we provide on-demand tutoring support. The access to tutors is 24/7. in a variety of subjects, and I'll show you the list of subjects that we have in just a moment. There are 4 main ways that students can connect with a tutor. The first way is through submitting your writing to the online writing center here. Students can also drop in live to a tutoring session, and then there's also the ability to pre-schedule a tutoring session in advance at a time that works for you. And then the 4th way that students can connect with the tutor is through submitting a question. So you can submit a question offline for response within 24 hours. We do archive all of the sessions, so after the session is completed, it will be archived and made available to you here to review at a later date. So here's a list of subjects that we support. Up here at the top, you can see we support writing, general essay support, specific support with grammar and mechanics, the pre-writing process, research strategies, grammar and documentation. We can support your writing assignments for really any course that you are taking. Also, math and statistics, these subjects are available for drop-in tutoring 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can see we support all the way from basic math all the way up to some of the advanced math subjects. In science, we cover biology, chemistry, physics, and intro to anatomy and physiology. The business subjects include accounting, finance, statistics, economics, and then you can see we've got corporate and individual income tax and other accounting and auditing subjects available. There's Spanish, and then there's also reading comprehension and IT support. The one that's not listed here, if you're having trouble with the Microsoft Office products such as Microsoft Excel or Word or PowerPoint, we can support you with your needs there as well. So I'm actually going to stop this presentation here, and you can see now I am logged into your instance of Canvas, and the first thing that I need to do in order to access Smarthinking is I simply need to go to the course that I'm working in. So this is the course that I'm going to be demoing in today. And once I'm logged into that course, here in the left-hand navigation, you'll see this link here to Smarthinking. So as soon as I click on that link, it's going to take me out to the Smarthinking website. It's particularly important that I have my pop-up blockers turned off, and also that I have my Flash plugin installed. So you can see there as I logged in, it was doing a browser check for me. If there were any issues with my browser settings, it will point that out to me. You know, if I have my pop-up blockers turned on, it will let me know I need to go ahead and turn those off, and will actually show me how to do that. So make sure you watch for that the first time that you log in. So here's the main page of Smarthinking. As I scroll down here to the bottom, you can see that there are some short how-to videos. So if you are not really sure about what to do next once you log in, you don't have to go very far to get additional assistance. These are 2 to 3 minute videos that will show you how to use the various areas within Smart Thinking. Also up here at the top under support, I have the ability to contact the Smart Thinking technical support team. This contact is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can contact them through email, through chat, or by phone, whichever you prefer. There's also this online knowledge base. This is a self-help tool with answers to frequently asked questions. So you can leverage this resource if you'd like. And then here is an additional link to more tutorials. So this is actually going to take me out to the Smart Thinking website. Here's a general video about how to use Smart Thinking. There's a user guide that you can download. And as I scroll down, you can see there are about 10 other videos that show me how to use Smart Thinking and the various tools within it. So another really great resource for you to know about. So going back to the home page, as I mentioned, there are 4 main ways that I can work with a tutor, and I'm going to walk through each of those here. The first way that I'll show you is through submitting my writing. And the next thing that I need to do is choose the subject within writing that I need additional support. So most commonly used is the Essay Center. This is for general writing support or for essays that you're writing for your courses. There's Essay Center Extended Review. This is for papers that are 10 pages or longer. So this is a 60-minute review as opposed to a 40-minute review. So you should use the Extended Review if you're writing a very long essay. Otherwise, this Essay Center, the General Essay Center, is probably most appropriate. We also provide support specifically for grammar and documentation, cover letter and resume writing, career writing, single paragraph review, and there's a Spanish language center if you're writing for a Spanish course as well. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the Essay Center since that's most commonly used. And the next thing this is doing is it's going to take me out to the short form that I need to complete. So the first 3 fields here are automatically going to be filled out for me. I need to provide the course level and the course title that I'm working in and give my writing assignment a title. The next thing I need to do is just provide a really clear and detailed description of the assignment that I'm working on. It's just really important context for the tutor to have as they review your essay that you submit to them. And then you can provide any special instructions that you have for your tutor. If there's a certain area within your essay that you're really struggling with and you want the tutor to pay close attention or special attention to certain areas within your essay, make sure you provide those special instructions here for your tutor. Then you can choose up to 2 areas in which you need help from these 9 that are listed here. So choose the 2 that make the most sense for you and the assignment that you're working on. And then you can choose the tutor type that you want to work with. So by default, this is going to go to the first available tutor. But we also have ESL specialists, business and technical writing specialists, or creative writing specialists. And you can choose the one that's most appropriate for you. From there, I simply need to upload my file. We accept Microsoft Word documents, plain text files, or rich text format. So you can upload one of those 3 documents. And then from there, all you need to do is click Submit, and you'll receive a confirmation screen just letting you know that you have successfully submitted your paper. And you can expect to receive a response within 24 hours. So Smart Thinking does strive to return essays within 24 hours. So it's important that you understand the turnaround time just so that you give yourself enough time before your assignment due date to submit your paper, get a response within 24 hours, and then make any adjustments that you need to your final paper before you turn it in. Here's an example of an essay response. So every single time you submit an essay, you should have the same experience. And what's going to happen is you're going to get your paper returned to you with the Smart Thinking Tutor Response Form. So here at the top is an explanation about how this works. And the tutors are always going to let you know what they think you've done really well in your essay. So they're going to point that out to you. And then in this example, this student, Polly, requested assistance with content development. So the tutor spends some really good amount of time providing really clear and detailed feedback around content development. In this example, we noticed that Polly was missing a conclusion paragraph, so we were sure to point that out to Polly. And then as I scroll down, the second area that Polly asked for assistance was with sentence structure. So you can see all of the detailed responses that Polly got around sentence structure for her essay. We're going to wrap things up with a summary of next steps so you have a really clear understanding of what you need to do next. And then finally, we will sometimes refer students out to our Writer's Handbook, which I will show you. This is a resource in the Smarthinking website that you can access to get answers to all of your writing questions. And then as I scroll down here to the bottom, this is actually the paper that Polly initially submitted. And the tutor is also going to provide you with feedback in bold and in brackets throughout the embedded throughout the essay. So as I scroll, you can see the additional places where the tutor provided more feedback to the student. If I go back to the home page, when I do receive my essay back, I will receive an email notification just letting me know that the essay is ready for me to pick up. And this is where I'm going to pick my essay up. It's going to be here under Review My Sessions and Submissions. And I won't have anything in here right now, but if I did have an essay to pick up, it would be here under Sessions and Submissions, and there'd be a link available for me to download that essay and that tutor response form. Before I move on to the live tutoring options, I'll just pause there and see if anyone has any questions for me. Okay. So the second way that students can work with a tutor is through live drop-in tutoring. So I'll choose the Work with a Tutor option. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to choose the discipline that I need support with. So I'm going to go ahead and choose business just for an example here. And then it's going to ask me to choose a subject within business that I need support. So you can see anything that's currently available for drop-in tutoring is going to be in purple, and anything that's not available is actually grayed out. So if, for instance, I needed support in intermediate accounting, if I hover over that, it's going to tell me the availability for drop-in tutoring. It's Sunday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time. So I know if I want to drop into a tutoring session for assistance in intermediate accounting, I can come back during those hours. Otherwise, I can schedule a session at a time that works for me. Anything that, again, is in purple is available now. And if I choose math, you'll see that all of the math subjects are currently available. And that's because math is available 24/7. So you can get support any day of the week and at any time of the day. So once I choose the subject within math that I need support, this is going to take me out to our whiteboard. And what I need to do as a student is a couple of things. The first thing I need to do is type my question into the whiteboard, and then I simply need to click Enter Question to be connected to a tutor. So if I choose Start here, I can begin typing my question in the whiteboard. I can simply type. There is a math equation editor if I need to type a math problem in the whiteboard, and there's also a Greek alphabet. The math equation editor is also available here in the top menu bar. I can also copy and paste from another document that I have by simply choosing Control-C and Control-V on my keyboard. So that's a good efficiency tool. If you have a whole document or you want to simply copy and paste from a document on your computer into the whiteboard, you can absolutely do that. There are all these tools here in the left-hand navigation. So if I need to graph something, I can click to drag a graph onto the whiteboard. There are all of these shape tools, so I can put shapes on the whiteboard if I need to. There's a line tool. I can move things around on the whiteboard. And then there's also this freehand drawing tool that I can use as well. The fourth way that I wanted to show you that you can use the whiteboard is by uploading a document to the whiteboard. And again, this is a huge efficiency tool. You can see all of the different file types that are supported. So you can upload images if you want to take a picture with your cell phone, email it to yourself, and attach it to the whiteboard. Also, Microsoft Word documents, PowerPoint presentations, PDF files, all kinds of different file types that are supported. So as an example, I'll show you if I'm taking an anatomy and physiology course and I want to upload an image of the heart. I can simply upload that document, and then you can see the tutor and I both have access to this document, and we can begin working in the document together. One thing that I'll mention that's really important to do is to provide as much detail as you can around the assignment that you're working on. That's just important context for the tutor to have, and it will help them get up to speed faster and be able to help you a little bit faster. And then it's also important to show your work. So you should come to the tutoring session prepared to show the tutor what work you've already done, what you do know, and then they will work with you from there to help you through the process and identifying what you don't know and working through how to solve the problem that you've brought forth to the tutor. So again, once I have filled out all of my information in the whiteboard and I've shown all my work, I simply hit Enter Question, and that's going to connect me to a tutor. The average wait time is typically under 3 minutes, so you shouldn't have to wait very long to begin working with the tutor, and you will be notified as soon as the tutor does come on board. So I'm going to show you a really quick video here just of a live tutoring session to give you a better idea of what the back and forth looks like with the tutor. So in this example, we've sped this up a little bit just so you can easily see the back and forth, but the student is typing their question into the whiteboard, and when they're done, they'll simply click Enter Question, and they'll be notified as soon as the tutor comes online. And then you can see the tutor immediately introduces themselves. Their writing is always going to be in red, while your, as a student, is going to be in black, so you can easily tell who is contributing what to the whiteboard session. And at the end of the session, we will, again, archive all of this. There are multiple pages here. Oftentimes I see these go upwards of 10 pages or multiple tabs. We'll archive the whole thing for you, and it will be made available in the Smarthinking website under the Review My Sessions and Submissions button. So I'm going to go ahead and end this session and exit. And this is going to take me back to the Smarthinking homepage. And again, once that session is completed, it will be archived in full and made available to you for review. If you need to come back for study purposes or just to refresh your memory, all of your sessions will be located here. So the third way that I can work with a tutor is through scheduling a future session. So I will just choose the second radio button here. And then once again, what I need to do is I need to choose the discipline that I need support with, and then I need to choose the subject that I need support with. And you'll notice that under Schedule a Future Session, there are more math subjects that are listed here, and that's because we do support audio in the pre-scheduled sessions for some subjects. So if you would find it really helpful to actually be able to speak back and forth with the tutor, you can schedule a session in advance and choose the subject that indicates it supports audio. You can also test your audio on your computer through this link here. It's a really straightforward process just to make sure before your sessions begin you don't have any technical issues with the audio. And again, so I'm going to choose Basic Math as my subject, and this is going to take me out to our scheduling center. I need to schedule a session at least 48 hours in advance, so the date that is going to show up here by default is going to be 2 days from today. And I can schedule any session that is indicating it's available in white. And these are 30-minute sessions, so if I need to schedule multiple sessions, if I feel like 30 minutes isn't going to be enough time, I can always schedule back-to-back sessions. I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 p.m. on Friday. And I can choose the tutor that I want to work with. Oftentimes we'll have multiple tutors available here for me to choose from. And I simply choose Schedule. This notice is just letting me know that if I need to cancel my session, I need to be sure to do so at least 48 hours in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then this is going to give me the option to begin composing my question to the tutor now, just so that I'm prepared ahead of time. If I don't want to do that, it's okay. I can close out of it, and you'll see now that session at 3 p.m. is showing up in blue, just indicating that I have booked that session. I can always come back to it to compose my question at a later time if that works better for me, or I can cancel that session from here. If I go back to the home page, this is going to now show me, it's going to give me a reminder on my home page just letting me know that I do have an upcoming tutoring session on Friday at 3 p.m. On Friday at 3 p.m. when it's time to join that session, this is going to become a link. So I can click here to join that session, and I'll be put directly into the whiteboard, and the tutor will be there waiting for me. Or under Review My Sessions and Submissions, you'll now see that I have this tutoring session listed here under my scheduled sessions. So I'll be able to join from here as well. Or if I need to cancel that session, I can do so from here too. And I'm going to go ahead and do that before I forget. Once this cancels, I can go back to my home page. And the fourth way that I can work with the tutor is through submitting a question. So this is, if I don't have time to connect with the tutor live, I just want to submit a question and get a response back, I can choose the Submit a Question option. You'll see that third radio button here is going to be selected. And once again, I need to choose my discipline, and then I need to choose my subject. And this is going to take me out to the whiteboard where I will compose my question and then submit my question. And I can expect a response from the tutor within 24 hours. This is where it's really important to provide as much detail around the assignment as possible, in addition to showing the work that you have already done for the tutor. So I just thought I would mention that. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this session, and I'll show you a couple of sample sessions here in just a moment. If I go back to the home page, so we just went over the 4 different ways that students can connect with the tutor. I want to talk to you a little bit about these buttons here in the top menu bar. So if I choose Writing Center, this is simply another way to submit my writing or to get to the Writing Center. Under Tutoring, this is another way I can work with the tutor live, or I can submit an offline question. The Study Aids, this is a really great free resource for you as students. So if you are taking math courses, we have over 1,500 video lessons that are available in pre-algebra, Algebra 1 and 2, and geometry. So if I choose one of these subjects here, it's going to take us out to our virtual nerd site, where you can search for the topic that you're needing support with, or you can search through the list of topics listed here and begin drilling down into the area that you need assistance with. So if you're working with percents, fractions, decimals, and percents, I can drill down, and you can see now I have 6 different videos in this area that I can watch to help me with this. So if I choose one of those videos, this is just going to take me to this video screen, and you can see it's just a short 5-minute video.
Let's write each of these as a fraction and then simplify it possible.
And this woman is going to walk me through solving this problem on the whiteboard. So again, this is a really great free resource, particularly if you're taking math courses and you need any assistance in those areas. Under General Resources, we do have an online accounting glossary that's available for you, some additional math study resources that we have that you can feel free to peruse at your leisure. Here is the Smarthinking Writer's Handbook that I showed you with the essay response. So if I choose the Writer's Handbook, this is going to take me out to the Writer's Handbook page. And again, there are various different lessons that I can search through to get answers to all of my writing questions. There's documentation support here, in addition to drafting and finalizing your essay. So feel free to use this resource as well. We also have a Smarthinking Study Skills Handbook. So this is a handbook with some healthy study habits that you can learn from. And then there's also all of this digital content that is organized by subject. So for instance, if you're taking a business course and you'd like to find some additional resources for your course, it's all organized by asset title here. And you can see all of the different kinds of tools that we have in here. There are interactive tutorials, podcasts, videos, different documents. So you can use this for any projects that you may be using in your courses, just some additional free resources that are available to you through the Smarthinking website. And then the last thing, I already showed you support. So again, you can contact technical support, look at the online knowledge base, or view video tutorials about how to use Smarthinking. And then if I choose my name up here, this is another way that I can get to my sessions and submissions that I previously had, or I can manage my account. If I go to manage my account and choose edit account details, this is going to allow me to update my profile. So here I can change my email address just to make sure that this is up to date and accurate so that I can get email notifications when sessions are returned to me. If you want to access Smarthinking through our mobile app, we do have an app for phones and for tablets. You can generate a token here that you will then use to log in through the app, so just keep that in mind. And then there's also the ability to add your phone number, and you can opt in for text message alerts. So just like we would send you an email alert letting you know when an essay has been returned to you, if you would like, we can also send you a text message if you'd like to opt into the text message alert. Under usage details, this is going to show me as a student how much time I have available to me. So all students will have 6,000 minutes or 6 hours available to me. And then you can see a list of all of the different interactions that I have had to date, along with how many minutes were charged out of the 6,000 minutes for that individual interaction. So I'm going to go back to the home page and ask, are there any questions for me at this time? Or if not, I'll go ahead and begin showing you some sample sessions. Okay. So let's see. So that was the overview of how to use the Smarthinking system. But what I want to do now is just show you some sample sessions so you can get a better idea of what your interaction might look like with the Smarthinking tutor. So here's an example of a session. A student was in a science course. In this example, the tutor is the one who actually uploaded this image of the cell. So you can see that they're both working in the same document together. The student's writing is in black, and the tutor's writing is in red. So this is just one example of what a session may look like and what the archive may look like when you go in to view your archive. Here's an example of a math session. So you can see that this student was looking for help with graphing the solution for a system of inequalities. And you can see the tutor's back and forth in red, where the tutor is walking through the problem with the student and letting them know what they've done right and that they're okay to move on to the next step. Here's an example of a statistics session. So this would have been really difficult for the student to come in here and actually have to type all of this out for the tutor to see. So this is an example where they went ahead and they uploaded this image, and then you can see the student and the tutor are able to work directly in the document together. And then this last example here is an example of an offline question submission. So the student at the top asks for assistance with solving this equation. And then there's no back and forth because it is an offline question submission. So the tutor's response is in red. And you can see in this example, the tutor did point out it would have been great to include any work or ideas that you had on the problem because the tutor isn't going to simply solve the problem for you. They'll help you walk you through the steps and may actually change the variables of the problem to give you an example. But it's important to know that the tutor is never actually going to give you the answer to the problem that you submit. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that we always give students the opportunity to respond to a survey at the end of your session. So These survey results is something that we take really seriously, and we do review the results on a very regular basis. So far, all of the students who have used the Smart Thinking services and responded to the survey, 100% of them have said that they would recommend Smart Thinking to a friend. It's one of the questions we ask. It helps us determine whether or not you've had a positive or negative experience. And your fellow students at Mount St. Mary University have had very positive experience. Every single one of them have indicated that they would recommend Smart Thinking to a friend or a peer. And that wraps up my presentation for today. I'll just pause there again to see if there are any questions for me. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you don't want to ask over the phone, you can feel free also to enter your message in the chat box, and I'll do my best to answer anything that does come through.
Hi, Kendra. So my question is, how long do the archived sessions stay active in the student's account? Is it indefinite, or is there a cutoff date?
It's going to be indefinite. So as long as you have access to the Smart Thinking system or the Smart Thinking website, you will always have access to your archived session.
So even if the semester is passed and I'm in a different semester now, my sessions from the previous semester will still show up?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Are there any other questions? All right. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining today. I hope this was helpful to you. It was my pleasure to go through this with you, and if there are any questions in the future, please do let me know.
Thank you so much, Kendra, for taking the time out.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Have a great one. Bye-bye.